Hi guys, welcome to Stuff with Steffi. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the content I made. This is probably not the best video to start out with, but hey, if that's what you picked to start with, good on you. And if you're returning, hi. I hope you enjoy I hope you enjoyed this video to the extent that it can be enjoyed, because we are talking about a very serious topic. We're talking about mental health issues. And I've discussed making this video with my therapist a couple of times, and she thinks it's a really good idea because we've discussed YouTube and how it's a good creative outlet for me, and how it can actually help alleviate my symptoms a bit and help improve my quality of life. And we decided that it would probably be good for me to make a YouTube video about my mental health issues. And I have a few of them. So, the first time I really experienced any mental health issues, any symptoms of mental health issues that I can remember was when I was 8 years old. And I remember just hating myself at 8. I thought I was really selfish, and I thought I was really stupid, and I thought I couldn't do anything good, that nothing good would ever come from me. And if I'm being completely honest, at 8 years old, I didn't see myself living to my high school graduation. I still can't believe I've lived past my high school graduation. I never thought I would make it there. Even within a week of my graduation, I thought, there's no way. Something's gonna happen. There's no way that I'm gonna live past this. There's no way. But I did, and it's been rough. Honestly, things got better for a little bit, but some bad things have happened and made it worse. But anyways, I first experienced symptoms of depression at 8 years old, and as I got older, they got worse. By the time I was 12, I couldn't really, I knew what I should be feeling in situations, but I only experienced this numbness, and I still struggle to experience anything but the numbness that comes with it, and the negative emotions that come from it, and from other things, of course, but all the emotions I really experience normally are terrible. And by the time I was 12, I had gotten to this point where I was done. I was done trying with life. I couldn't really, I stopped standing up for myself when I had problems, because I did have a bully for a long time. Actually at my church that I went to, which is a big part of the reason why I don't attend church anymore, was because, I would get physically hurt by this guy, and I would be told, oh, boys will be boys, and it would be brushed off. Every time. And it happened every time I saw this guy. And it didn't stop until I was 13. And it was bad. But there were some incidents after that with the same guy that were still pretty bad. And still nothing was done. But at that point, I'd been getting bullied for literally my entire life, because that guy hated me from the beginning. He's only a year younger than me, so basically as soon as he could hate me, he did. because I took my brother's attention away from him. Sometimes. And around the time I was 10, I became overweight for the first time. And at 12, some people, I'm not going to name who on here, decided that the best way, that they were apparently worried about me getting diabetes, even though it was, being monitored and my doctor said I was fine, at least for the time being, because it was just my weight hadn't readjusted yet. I was about to go through puberty and I needed it. Like, I needed that extra weight to be there to readjust and stuff. And that I was fine. And some people decided they were apparently concerned with me getting diabetes. And decided that the best course of action was to tell me I'm fat every single day. And that I need to lose weight. And I heard it every single day for several months. And it drove me to a point where I started to harm myself. Because I was numb. I felt like I was good for nothing. I felt like nothing would ever get better. And at the age of 12, I had plans to kill myself. And one night I just sort of snapped. And I went into the bathroom and I got in the tub and I ran some water in it, which at that point I didn't do baths. But I ran water in it and I got in and I got my razor out and I was sitting there and I started to press it against my wrist. And before it could cut into my skin, my little sister barged into the bathroom and started telling me about drama from her class. And she was 8 at the time. So it was, dumb little kid drama. And I just sort of thought, I can't do that to her. I can't do that to my sister. And, oh my god, I'm tearing up. And that's the only actual, that's the closest I've ever been to trying it. I continued to self-harm. I would always cut my thighs, because I was like, you know what, nobody's gonna see those. And even if they do, they're gonna think I just screwed up shaving a lot. They're just gonna think I'm bad at shaving. Which I actually did get questioned about it once when I wore shorts to school, because I had taken a chunk of meat out of my shin one day. And a friend of mine was like, what's up with that? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm just still getting the hang of these razors, man. I'm not good with them. She bought it. That continued on until right before I started high school, so it continued on for over a year. And when I started high school, I stopped for a while. I made it until I believe it was junior year when I did it again. And I did it once, and then a year later I did it once again. And that was, it's not a good thing to do. Don't do it. It's harmful. Hence the name, self-harm. But it's not just gonna hurt you. Like, when I figured out my best friend did the same, that hurt me. That hurt me deep to hear that. And, but, so at that point, I hated myself, and I still kind of do, but I hated myself. I got older and I got more and more people I needed to look out for. So I just sort of like shelved the idea, you know? And then I moved out and I went to college. And, you know, I was doing better. I started seeing a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist? Yeah, a psychiatrist, where I was diagnosed with depression. Officially diagnosed with depression, but told that I also suffer from anxiety and PTSD. And the PTSD that they labeled me as being a sign, like, is showing symptoms of, that might be on its own, but since I've been experiencing depression so long, there's a chance that the anxiety and the PTSD are just symptoms of the depression. Or side effects of the depression, I should say. And the PTSD that was being referred to was about the 2 car accidents I've been in. When I was 8 and when I was 18. And there for a while, I couldn't get in a car without just being extremely on edge or hyperventilating. And, like, that was pretty daggone bad. We had to go through really bad traffic. Luckily my brother was driving and I couldn't breathe. And, like, when I got into driving again, 'cause I didn't have my license at that time. I didn't get my license till I was 19. But when I got into driving and I started driving on my own, there were people in the city that just wouldn't pay attention, and it's fairly common to nearly get hit there. And there was one day, this lady almost hit me, and I started hyperventilating while I was driving to work. And I was on the phone with my mom, and she kept telling me to pull over, but I didn't because I was going to be late for work if I did. And I didn't want to get in trouble because that's something that also makes me panic. And then I met my now ex-boyfriend, who I was with for a year. Well, for over a year. And I made a video about him before, but he didn't help with any of it. He told me that my PTSD was fake, that I couldn't have actual PTSD from the 2 car accidents I've been in, and that I just need to quit being scared, and that I just need to, like, basically that I need to man up and just drive and not panic and not avoid certain roads because there's too much traffic. And of course he was telling me that because he wanted to take advantage of me having a car, well, me using my brother's car at that point, and me being able to drive because he wanted me to drive him places all the time. And so that didn't help, and then he started to pick dumb fights with me. And, like, he picked a fight with me because he had a dream, and in his dream I cheated on him. Nothing in real life happened, he just picked a fight over a dream he had. On multiple occasions. And, like, all the fighting and stuff, it took a toll on me. And my mental health got worse. And I started to think about harming myself again. And I got really close to it. And one of my friends, I said that I was close, that I was about to snap and do it again. And they talked some sense into me. Which, I don't know how they managed that, because that's a really hard thing to do when somebody's like that. And, like, things got really bad, and I started to have problems sleeping. I stopped being able to sleep at night pretty much. And it got so bad that I kept having to call into work because I would go through these periods where I could barely sleep or not sleep at all, and I would end up physically ill from the lack of sleep. And I still go through those periods where I end up physically ill from not sleeping. And I actually was feeling really sick to my stomach yesterday because I didn't have enough sleep in the last few weeks. And I've actually been at the point where I've slept 16 hours in a day to recoup, and I've woken up periodically through that and not felt okay until the 16-hour mark, which was just, it's a lot, but I was glad I was finally able to crash and get some sleep in. And I'm seeing a therapist, and I've been seeing her regularly for a little bit. I saw her weekly for a while, but I'm seeing her bi-weekly right now. We're trying to work on things. We're trying to work on, like, self-compassion and self-love. And, I mean, I have gotten better about liking myself, but that's not really to any credit of my own. I actually met this, like, guy. I had this guy comment on one of my videos on here, which you can't see the comment because I kept it private because it gave some information, because he wanted me to talk to him, and I did. And, like, it's helped me have a better image of myself, surprisingly. And I've also, I've been taking my medications. I have a pill for the insomnia and a pill for the depression. And I honestly can't tell if they've been starting to help or not. I don't know if it's that's done anything for me. I know I can drive now, but I don't know if that's the medicine lowering my anxiety or not being around my ex lowering my anxiety. Which sucks to not know. But, yeah. I just thought that it would be nice to make a video about my mental health, to talk through a bit of this, and to sort of explain a little bit why I have problems posting regularly. Because I go through these periods where nothing brings me any joy, and I don't have any energy between the depression and the insomnia. And it wears down on me and makes it where I can't really do anything. Like, existing takes too much energy a lot of the time. And I wanted to share that with you guys, so that hopefully you might understand why I can't bring myself to post regularly. And maybe a little bit as to why I recorded like 6 videos tonight at an extremely late hour because I've been up all night. Actually, it's like, well, it's not the right time. It's 7:43 in the morning right now. I haven't slept a wink tonight. Which, this is actually pretty common. But yeah. It's a bit of a serious topic. I don't know how much you can say you enjoyed this video, but hey, It's an important thing to discuss. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video to the extent that it can be enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts. You know, if you want to watch more of my content, here's a video that YouTube picked out just for you, and here's a playlist. I'm probably going to put up the stories playlist. We don't really have as somber of a topic, but it's probably going to be the stories playlist. And I hope you go check those out. Don't forget to subscribe. I got a nice little button down here for you to do that with. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope if you have problems like this, you go and talk to somebody as soon as you can, because they can cause serious and lasting problems. And I hope you come back to see more videos. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope to see you back here. Bye!